Hello, my babies, my beauties. How are you? It's Colleen Gallagher here with Colleen Gallagher International. I'm on my beautiful hike. Look at the sun. I just love how it is geometrical, and how it has, earlier when I took my Instagram photo, if you see it had 4. Now it has all 6. You can clearly see representing around it, which is really cool. And I don't know if you can hear the sound of nature. I'll be silent for a moment. Maybe you can hear all the little, I don't want to say it, insects, creatures, just whoop, whoop. I love that sound. It's like a beautiful whistle that just nourishes your soul. So anyway, I wanted to come on because I just had a really great week, you guys. It was super exciting. I don't know if you guys had a lot of wins, but I did. We had a new team member that came on board with me. I had some really great posts. We have my anxiety relief workshop that's on sale. We have my liberated pleasure that's went on pre-sale if you want to know about that program. And we have my Black Friday sale bundle that we're getting ready for, which I'm just so thrilled, you guys. It's going to be an incredible bundle, an incredible sale. So if you're looking to expand your life, be the best you can be, this is definitely going to be a great starting point. But I wanted to come on because I actually was having a conversation with Mrs. Elena Cardone. If you don't know Elena Cardone, you're definitely going to want to go follow Elena Cardone. She is in real estate. She's out of Miami. She has a book called Empire Builder, I believe it's called, or How to Build an Empire. I should know the exact name, but if you do Elena Cardone Empire, it'll be there. And she is someone I've followed for quite a while. She's part of the co-creator of the 10X movement and community, if you've heard of it or have not heard of it. And I have followed her for a few years, and I've really resonated or attuned to her frequency, let's say the past, I don't know, 3 to 4 months. I followed her, but I really felt a calling and a genuine pull and excitement about the way that she communicates and the way that she offers. And so I was actually texting her because I have this, or she has this community number. And one thing that she shared that I should do, and I wanted to do it and implement and execute, was sharing how I do all the things that I do. So how is it that I have my PhD? How is it that I have my business? How is it that I have my partner, my love, my person that I care deeply about, and my family and my friends and my clients? Like, how do I keep my workout, my physique, my beauty? Like, how do I keep up with it all? And I wanted to kind of talk about that. Like, how do I do it all? Because she kind of suggested, share how I do this. So one thing I think it's really important that I wanted to share of how I can get a PhD and also be an entrepreneur and a business owner. And I think I only had one class that I got a 3.5, 2 classes, sorry, everything else. I'm at a 3.9 GPA at Pepperdine University. It's a top 50 PhD program, which is exciting and exhilarating. And how do I have, a 60+ thousand person community? How do I have a top 400 podcast? How do I have hundreds of clients throughout the year? How do I be present for my clients, be present for all of you? And so I wanted to go through that how, because I think it's easy to look at my life and think that it's easy for me, that I just woke up like this and that I magically just, do it all. But I think the first thing that I want to start with how I do this is, one, I really early in my life, really early, and maybe that's because of cancer, but I really had this deep desire, this deep inspiration, this deep pull, you could call it again, this deep calling to travel the world. I always knew I just wanted to travel the world, because when I traveled, it's I met people and I got to have these deep, fulfilling, intimate conversations with people that led to true sustainable connections throughout my life. And this started earlier on. Hey, Erin, how are you? This started earlier on in my life. And then when technology came, I guess probably about middle school, and I was traveling with my family, I would meet people and you could stay connected with them. I would meet people and you could stay connected with them. And now I have people all over the world that I've been connected with for years. Over a decade, probably, just from traveling in one moment. So, the first thing is that you have to listen, how do you do it all? Or how do you be able to be a high achiever, high performer? Is you have to be able to go, what is it that I am connecting to? What is my purpose? What is it inside of me? What is the thing that is calling me forward. And you have to feel daily connected to this higher power, this greater frequency, or this higher energy source, you could call it, that there's a reason that you're here, and you want to be curious of why that is, and how is this curiosity of the mind, if I want to travel the world, or I want to have a partner, or I want to homeschool kids, or I want to have a thriving community of people who care about blah, blah, blah. Whatever that it is, like, I mean, I want to be a bee farmer. I want to care about honey. I care about organic. I care about whatever. Like, whatever that it is, you want to one, deeply feel that every day, whatever it is, feel it, feel called to, nourished by it. And that's one. The second thing that's really important after you kind of tap into this thing of how do I do all these things that I do, is you have to realize that time and space are not real. So time is a made up illusion and a construct. If you think about this, like, back before, I don't know, when clocks, we didn't probably have materials, right, to make clocks. When we, Native Americans or different things, you would, write something in the sand, right? And based on where the sun was, you would be able to tell what time it was. It was probably just where the sun was, in rotation, or whatever the language was at that point. But at some point, right, there needed a clock and a time to be made up, because we were realizing that there was trade, or there was travel, and there was people moving from one destination to another, and there was communication that needed to happen on timing. Otherwise, you would miss each other, someone would be late, or it would just cause all types of problems, right? And so there's a bee. Okay. Time was clearly made up. As I said, bee farm, that's so funny. But as time was made up, to help us connect, to help us pinpoint times in our life, to make life easier, to make connection, to make meetings, to move the world forward easier. Right, it also has gotten us in a paradigm of being so strict to time that we think we need time to make things happen. But time is not real. So the first thing is you have to connect into why you're here, connect into your desires, connect into what that is. Second thing, every day, is you need to have a ritual, certain rituals, whether that's meditation, it's prayer, it's journaling, working out. These are some of mine, but waking up at a certain time, sleeping till a certain time, moving your body, I don't know, replying to emails, whatever that it is that you need to do, but you need to have some type of ritual that is consistent into your practice of, number one, why you're here. So it's letting this energy of, okay, this is why I'm here, this is my desire, this is what excites me, this is what I want to do, and then here's my ritual that then lets me start my day in the habit and the momentum of that coming through me, of that moving through me, being inspired through me, getting my action towards that direction. So that's 2. Number 3 is that you have to have like a clear action plan, a clear pathway, a clear moment of, okay, now that I know that I have my calling, I've connected into it today, I'm here to have a big impact, I'm here to have a purpose, I'm here to, make whatever difference it is, and every difference matters, whether you're doing sustainable energy, whether you're national parks, whether you're relationship coaching, mentorship, lifestyle coaching like me, planting flowers, architect, whatever that is, they all add up to the greater purpose. It's just how deeply are you connected to that? And the deeper you're connected to that, the greater opportunities you're going to get, because you're rooted in your passion, you're rooted in your expertise. And so things can naturally come to you because you're rooted, you're grounded. Then you do your rituals. So then 3, you have what actions, right? And so you have this momentum, you have this going, okay, so if this is my purpose, these are my rituals, what is the action that I need to go to create this type of life for myself? So for me, when I first started, right, it was wanting to travel the world. So I needed to look, okay, I don't know how to travel the world full time. I've never done that. That was never taught to me in college and high school. Like that was not, even that I went to college, if you think about it, I graduated in 2015. Was it 2015? Yeah, 2015, I graduated from undergrad. They didn't have like digital marketing courses then. Like that was not a thing. There was no entrepreneurship courses. They're not digital marketing courses. So anyway, I had to, in this process, let me begin to listen to people, right? Let me find, where are these people? And I was getting ads, on Facebook, on Instagram. I was finding people. I was searching hashtags, digital nomad, world travelers, and I was listening to their webinars. I would register. I listened to hundreds of webinars of how so many different couples or people or individuals were traveling the world full time. And it always felt like something was missing for me. It felt like there was a depth missing. It felt like, okay, they're traveling, they're doing this, a webinar, but there was a depth. There wasn't like a true sustainable connection that was like ongoing. And I kind of like got the webinar scene and how it was working, da 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 da. So I decided that I was going to leave corporate, and I moved across the world to New Zealand. And in that decision to do that, that's when I went back to corporate, and I was like, okay, you can't just pick up your stuff, move across the world, and then you basically create the same life through a corporate job and expect different results. Like, that was that lesson. And the thing that I wanted to share there is like, yeah, you can't just pick up somewhere and move somewhere and then expect different results. There has to be an internal shift, an internal change. So this was my lesson. You can't just like externally change your world and think everything is going to get better. It's an internal game. Because again, I was at a 6-figure job. I was unhappy. I was, working for a $400 million company. Before that, a $23 billion company. Like, I just had these, different struggles, I guess. I was still not happy. I was still not feeling connected. Like, that sense, there was this greater sense that there was something else out there for me, and this wasn't it. My connection, my rituals, and then my actions weren't in alignment. And so I hired my first coach. I hired my first mentor and my first coach. I interviewed people. I was like so serious about it. And I began to see, what if I could create a movement on love, a movement where people deeply began to believe they have a purpose, and a movement where love was the center of everything you do, whether you were a boutique shop to, a multi-millionaire, $10 million company, but your mission was love. And what if I could begin to lead that? What if I could begin to cultivate that? And so back in 2018, I, started my company, Colleen, Gallagher International. Before that, it was called Love Out Loud. And my first book, Live Your Truth, came out self-published February 13th, I think it was, of 2018. And I went on a journey. I went on a long journey of, more courses. I did a course with it. And now, fast forward, we're 33 courses that I've designed and created and launched into this. We have 9 manufactured products, 3 of them being books. And we have so many products that are launching next year. I can't even tell you. I'm like excited over the top. Like, 2023 is going to be the most ecstatic year of my life. And so, basically, I wanted to come on and share, like, how did I do this? And I think the 3 things, because Elena Cardone kind of told me to do this, the 3 things that I did was I really connected to that part of me that knew there was more. And what you can call that your dreams, you can call that your hopes, you can call it your desires, you can call it whatever, but I connected to that part of me. And the second part that I really, really did that was amazing after that was my rituals. Like, I've always been consistent with yoga or meditation or walking or my music. Like, my music is therapeutic for me. The music that I listen to, it's in tropical deep house or electronic deep house. Like, that is therapeutic for me. It's like I listen to it, and sometimes I'll play songs over and over and over. Like, I find a good one. I just found a good one last night, and I've listened to it probably 50 to 75 times just because I love the beat, and it's like this ritual that activates something within me and it inspires me. I can't really tell you what it is, but it is a ritual because it's something that inspires me, and it's something that excites me, so I do it. So then the third part is action, right? I've created a business model, my brand, which is Colleen Gallagher International. And my brand, right, I have made my life where I can put an output every day. I can put a writing, I can put a live, I can do a blog, I can write a book. Well, I'm not in a day, but I'm saying I can, do that over a period of time. My PhD, I'm going to have a dissertation that's out next year. Like, you do these things that you can put a time and an effort, into them, and it produces a product. It produces something physical. And you have these ideas of, how am I changing my life? Like, how do I feel this good? How do I feel this excited? Like, how am I having the relationships that I'm having? And you begin to then see, how can I teach this? Because connecting into my purpose, like, God has given me this amazing, phenomenal life that I've chosen to coexist with. I've chosen to co-create with him. Like, how can I offer this in a way that more people can feel this joy, this juiciness, this yumminess, whatever you want to call it? Like, how can I do that? And when you, I don't know. And then you just get inspired to create. It's like true artistry. And you're not so much thinking like, oh, let me make money. You're like, oh, but this sensation is just so alive inside of me, and I need more people to feel it. So what can I do? What can I create to output that? And so how do I do it all? It's because I just shared, I connect into that thing every day of why am I here and what's my ritual, and then produce, and I put it in that targeted place, which is my company, which I didn't know how to create a product. I didn't know how to make a sticker. I didn't know how to do design work. I didn't know how to do copywriting, email lists, photos, photography. I didn't know any of this. I learned it because the vision inside of me called forth this skill set, called forth this thing. And then what do you know? The thing that this calling inside of me was putting in me, the skill required for that brought me more joy, brought me an elevated sense of purpose. So that's kind of, I guess, how I do it all. And you realize that time and space isn't real. And then you realize when you are focused on connecting in, doing your rituals, putting your action, and you're doing that first before anything else. So I'm not like calling my friend to see how they're doing. I'm not whatever, like I'm doing that order of my life first. So all of my morning energy, my rich energy, my flourish energy, it's going boom, right into the outcome, like right into the thing. Like it's just going, you know what I'm saying? Like boom. And it's happening. So, you've got to make it a priority, and it's got to be immediate. And I understand not every morning. I mean, now I've lived my life like this for so long, so maybe not be every morning that I do it right away. I might, like, I think 2 days ago or a day ago, I took a much longer morning practice. I was very slow, and I was, I don't know, it was very like, just in myself. But the other day I woke up and I was like, boom. And I wrote 5 pages, which was my post yesterday. So I went on a date, which was obviously a very potent post. That was incredible. But you move in this different flow because your life is always surrounding it. But to start, I would say you want to take your most potent energy, your time, after you work out, after whatever, you're awake, you're alive, and go. And that's when you put your calling energy, and it just gets better with time. It's my first workout, my first live video, it's still on here. I think you guys, I know it's still on here, but it's like, hi, I'm Colleen, I'm the love girl. And I'm like in my bedroom, I think in a hoodie still. So what a surprise. But I was like, I'm here to change the world with love. Like I was so like, soft spoken, and I was so, unsure, you could tell, but it was so beautiful because it was my starting point. And now, 4 years later, God, look at me, you have to just start. You have to start your practice. You have to begin to listen to your calling, listen to the things inside of you, and you just practice the action, right? I don't think I'm still good at like benching weights. I don't practice it. If I started practicing it, I'd be good. But it's just like anything, your magic and your miracles is that. So anyway, I wanted to share that. I wanted to come on. And obviously, if you feel called to this, because 2023 is coming, you guys. I think it's like 45 days or less than 45 days away. So I'm doing my planning for 2023. Super excited about it. And if you are listening to this and you're feeling the calling, or you're feeling inspired, or you're feeling pulled to get closer to me, to get closer to my work, to activate your own brand, to activate $10,000 months, to activate your own products, your own services, to scale your life where you're actually being true to you instead of a career that's not true. You're wanting to learn how to do income producing activities daily so that you know where your money is coming from, how it's getting to you. Then I highly recommend you reach out to me saying, Colleen, I am freaking ready to do the damn thing. Like I am ready. Because I have 2 options. I have 3 VIP days that I'm offering through the rest of the year. So this is where we work one-on-one together. You either fly to LA and we do a VIP day, or we do it online and we dive deep into your brand. We dive deep into your relationships. We dive deep into sales process, everything we dive deep into. So this is going to be a really good space for you. Or I have a 90-day coaching container where you get access to all my private courses. We have weekly calls and you get 24/7 access to me. And I have 2 of those spots open for the rest of the year. So this is really, if you're like, I'm ready to take my life to the motherfucking next level and like just go for it and make it happen, these are for you. So you're going to want to message me. And so let me read these. Aaron, always, information is, when you are connected to source, universe, information is always flowing through you. You don't have to try, you don't have to think, it just, like a water fountain, naturally flows out of you. Love this and so proud of you. Thank you. I'm inspired by you. Talk about being aware of your ego to start to let the ego go.
Yeah, the ego's a tricky one, and the ego, and another reason, like I guess with Elena Cardone, like right, even Elena Cardone, which it's really, she's really blowing my mind. She's just a phenomenal woman, you know, and I think I just really blowing me away. But the, you know, even let's say where she's at, she's a multi-billionaire. I mean, well, yeah, their real estate assets are, I think, 3.2 billion or something like this. They're billionaires, and this woman makes the time to do free training still. Like, we were on a free training, and I'm like listening to her, and she went 90 minutes over her free training one night. I mean, this is after she was exhausted. I think she just traveled forever, and she stayed on this thing and talked and offered value. Oh my God, I was mind blown. And then even her having the time to text me back. There's some other people that I have, 100 million, David Meltzer. He's another incredible human that's on my podcast, David Meltzer, $100 million guy, had everything, lost it all, has gotten it all back. He even takes the time. Every DM he will respond to that I send to, like every single one. It's just incredible. So even these people at super heightened levels of success that something that's still comprehensible to me. Hi, it's okay. Something that's still uncomprehendable to me is that these people that have hyper success, money that I can't even imagine, and they're still taking the time to respond, to impact, to influence. I mean, you know, there was another person that I was really close with who was a $10 million guy, and he still to this day, he takes the time to respond to everything, because it's like once you've made it, you always want to, and they're still growing. They're still investing probably millions of dollars into their education a year. So ego is just a funny thing, because ego is when you think you know it all. Ego is when you think you don't need help or support. Ego is when you think that, you know, I am over here doing my thing, and I don't need help, and I know what it is, and like, ego will kill you. And that's actually the post I just did about the date that I went on was a perfect example of how ego will kill you. A perfect example of how he had a phenomenal woman that he doesn't even understand the depth of my work and what his ego did to sabotage the date. And so the other thing I'd say about ego is, you know, I serve a large audience of men. I also serve women as well, but I would say predominantly the people that come into my space are masculine paradigm. That does not mean you're a bad person, but you're masculine. You're a more masculine woman. You're a high performer, a high achiever. You're a more masculine man in the same way. You're used to doing things logically. You probably have a 4-year degree or a master's. You know, you're used to like ticking things off a checklist, like boop, boop, boop. If I do this, I'll get this. If I do this, I'll get this. And you've really numbed yourself of emotions, and you've numbed yourself of relations because of the pain that it's brought you in your life. So this ego of looking at someone like me, who you're like, oh my God, she's a high performer, but she's not talking the way I do. She's not dressing the way I do. She just wears whatever she wants. She has no makeup on. How is she getting the results? Drives you insane. Drives, not you specifically, but I mean, drives the people watching me insane. And so your ego would say, like, I can't invest in her. I can't do that. It's too this. It's too sensual. It's too vulnerable. It's too out there. How could you make money doing that? And that's the ego. The ego, instead of going, wow, I keep watching her content, I keep returning to her content, I keep listening to her podcast, whatever. I'm curious. Now I'm going to put money into my curiosity, to invest in my education, to invest in learning in something different, because maybe there's something here for me to learn. Because the people you're obsessed with, like you're listening to content obsessively. Another one I've been listening to a lot lately is Andrew Tate. Whether you like him or not, I'm not here to, you know, whatever, but I'm just saying I've been listening to his messaging because I like the way that he is communicating to articulate an audience. I'm observing him. I like it. So is that someone I want to get closer to? I probably do. Like, I'm curious how he's doing this, his mindset. I'm listening to his patterns. What are the same things he's talking about in interviews? What are the differences? How is he really cultivating this, right? So I'm going to get closer. And I look at like Elena Cardone. I was resonating. So I'm getting closer and I'm getting closer. Like, I do things to get closer to people that I like. Proximity is power, which is, again, back to what is my calling? What are my rituals? What is my action daily? You should always be looking to up-level your circle, up-leveling who you're around. What do your text messages say? Are you guys talking about money? Are you talking about drama? I had a big awakening last weekend when there was a lot of drama that happened in my life that I was like, oh my God, these people need to get out of here and I can't do it again. And people need to get out of here and I can't do that type of stuff again. And I was learning my lesson, right? And you have to look, what are your messages about? And their messages should be about like income producing activities. What is your business doing to win? What is your team doing? And sometimes it might be problems, but what are you doing to help each other? What are you doing to win? What are you doing to create? What is the expansion you had in your meditation this morning? Like, that's what the conversation should be about. And your ego should be around, like, just as if I was going to invest going to a nice dinner, I'm going to invest in proximity around people who are where I want to be, about people who have connections to the people I want to be around. So there's ego. Let me know if that helps, Erin, if you're still on here. And then healing. What does healing mean to you? I mean, healing, I have a whole meditation. It's called the Healer Inner Circle. We completed it now, but I have a whole Healer Inner Circle where I really go in deep into what is healing. But healing is so personal to everybody. Healing is, holistic healing, Western medicine healing. There's many applications for that, so we'd need to dive a little deeper. But if you would want my specific, I would highly recommend my Healer Inner Circle. You can comment below healer or message me healer. It's $444, and you get access to all of it's 18 times 2, so 18 live meditations that go through like deep sound bowls, light language, deep transformational healing. We have something for everything, business, expansion, healing, relationships, money, all of it. And then there's a Q&A, a live recorded coaching that goes with each of those ones. So that's $444. So 18 times 2 is at 36, maybe 36 videos plus, 10 bonus videos. So you're talking about less than $10 per video. For a lifetime access. So if you want that, Erin, you can just message me healer and I'll get you the link so we can get you that. It's just an incredible, incredible experience, but that's what I would say what healing is to me and how to really go deeper into it. So anyway, you guys, I did not expect to be on this long, but I'm super excited I was, and I'm super happy Elena Cardone told me to do this. I feel super pumped and excited and nourished. A few other things, like I said, if you have not enrolled on my email list, you're going to want to go to colleengallagher.co. Let's see if I can do this here. Okay, hold on. Add a new link. Let's see here. Okay, we can do HTTPS. Hold on. I want to add this so you guys have this link here. Let's see. Okay. HTTPS www.colleengallagher.co. There we go. Okay, so I'm leaving the link here. Nope, save. Okay, so we have a link there so you guys have it. Go to my website and you want to make sure that you are getting my emails. My emails have much more private content that I can post on social media just because of algorithm and everything. So I highly recommend go to my website and do that. 2, if you like this, please share it. Please, please. It means so much to me if you share it to help get this message out there. You are part of this community. You are part of the action takers and the avenue to share this work, and it means the world to me. 3, get any of my books. Just go Colleen Gallagher on Amazon or go to my website, colleengallagher.co, for signed copies of my books. And then 4, like I said, one-on-one days with me where we go deep into you. Like, we have a deep immersion in you. Obviously, if you can fly to LA, it's the best. We go into nature. What are your offerings? What are your products? What's your branding? What are you meant to do? How do we create income producing rituals, activities for you? And then after that, working one-on-one with me for 90 days. So you can either say VIP day, comment here or message me, or the second one would be 90 days, and I'll get you the details. So I love you. I honor you. I see your path. I witness you, and you are here to do incredible things. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.